What's up guys, in this video we are diving into all the new content coming for the Pacific Front of Squad 44, and there is a lot of it. Postscriptum was taken over in December of 2023, and now in the twilight of 2024 we are finally getting some long-awaited Pacific Theater action. There is a free weekend running on Steam from December 12th through the 16th, so if you're wanting to test it out and see some of the features coming, head over to the new shooting range and grab some of that Imperial Japanese armament. Beta testing will be held for the Japanese map starting in December and will be available to anyone who wishes to participate. Some of the new content has already shown up in the build-up release with Update 1.5, such as the new seating game mode of Small Scale, Advanced and Secure, a new museum and shooting range where you can get a sneak peek at the Imperial Japanese Army and the US Marine Corps faction characters and weapons. There's a ton to see and for me to tell you about in this video, so you're going to see all brand new stuff on the screen and some released new info by the devs, so pay attention. There's over 75 new pieces of weaponry and equipment coming with the Pacific. The stamina system has been reworked to be more forgiving and reduce the player's dependency on the canteen. This is a huge plus for me. DLSS has been added to the game, further improvement to player movement system and the weapon animations, a new full screen map allowing use of mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out, new sound and weapon effects, the typical graphic optimizations and bug fixes. Granted, I still experienced some game crashing and new menu bugs when I played 1.5. Key features coming with the Pacific, including the Iwo Jima map at a 1-to-1 scale. The southern half of the island is recreated with unprecedented accuracy, including the Mount Suribachi and its an intricate tunnel network. A massive invasion beach along with 2.7 kilometers of historically detailed battlefield, over 150 fortified positions, gun emplacements, and pillboxes are meticulously placed to mirror historical defenses. One of the most interesting weapons being introduced with this is the Winchester 1912 shotgun. The Japanese faction features distinct weaponry like the Type 89 knee mortar, the Shido Subakurai lunge mine, and the iconic Shin Gunto sword. On the commander side, we've got call-ins of naval gunfire for the USMC and the 320mm spigot mortars for the Japanese. For visuals, we've got some new exclusively created 3D models and textures to ensure historical accuracy for the Pacific Theater, along with dynamic gameplay that comes with it, and the extensive underground tunnels and expansive open terrain offer a blend of close quarters and large-scale combat. To pair with this come immersive and unique environmental details, from island fortifications to distant battleships like the USS Iowa in the background. All of this is built using detailed maps, photos, and aerial images from the actual time period. Now, with all this being said, I'm going to show off every single image of new equipment that the devs have released, as well as some clips from the recent devlog. Thank you all for another great year, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Stay frosty.
This is the Shin Gunto, I think. So this is the Japanese sort of commander's sword. Obviously, famously, they had sort of their samurai swords, and they actually had an issued pattern for that. So this is the issued pattern that they gave to the officers that you can see there, which is quite cool. So you can lead your banzai charges into battle with those, which would be pretty awesome.
So Idlewiss in the chat, are the shotguns going to act like actual shotguns, or are they going to spray? Yes. Yeah, so they will act like actual shotguns. Yes.
Yeah. So you know, I think a lot of games kind of show you shotguns almost like a cannon where they just fire out everywhere. But the reality is you do get a relatively close grouping around sort of like 50 meters to 100 meters. Yeah, so I don't think the lunge mine was used on Iwo Jima, but when we were trying to balance off Sherman tanks against the Japanese as AT weapons, we decided to bring the lunge mine in. So you'll be able to charge at tanks. I believe there is a % chance whether you get then heavy wounded from it or whether you will die from it. So there will be a kind of element of risk and reward on that. So yeah, but it's quite a cool weapon, unique to the Japanese with their sort of banzai play style.
You can see the uniforms.
Yeah, some fantastic efforts by Zaint on the uniform work. So you can see some of the officers here for tank crew or for infantry and otherwise going on.
Yes, they're beautiful.
We looked through quite a few videos of the Japanese army in action, and they seem to run very, very similar with the carrying the weapon at the waist level, like the Germans did as well. Yeah,
really beautiful job on these.
That weapon's just going to be so OP.
Oh, it looks so
it just looks
ridiculous.
Brutal.
It does. It really does. It's just anything you can strap on a weapon. It's just
pretty much.
Can we bonsai charge?
Yeah, you can bonsai charge.
You absolutely bonsai charge.
for charging with your weapon now as well, there'll be a war cry let out, which again is faction specific. So I'll let you all guess as to what the Japanese one might be.
Yeah.
It's not always the same. There is a variety of each one. So it's not like you're going to get everyone screaming in the same voice. It'll be be slightly different. So it's cool.
He's ready to bonsai. Oh, sorry, my mouse I can't find.
Yeah, so cool.
Really cool. Yep, there's the guy running with his mine. Oh, just another angle of him. Get a good look.
Yeah,
the
so
texture,
cool.
you can't really see it, but the texture on the uniforms is also really lovely. Here we go. We can see more of the texture. This is the Radio Man, I believe.
Yep, so that's the Radio Man there. So you've got sort of the brand new radios that reflect what they had at the time as well.
Radio Man. And
yeah, really good job on the characters and the equipment.
So beautiful.
Very nice.
Oh, now we can see the sweaty. We got the U.S. Marines here now.
Yeah, if we can do stuff like that, making the guns a bit dirty or something in the future as the longer you're shooting for and things like that, then we can try and do that just to add that extra level. But again, it's always about performance first. Yeah, you can see some of the units stuff on the back there to state which unit they were from. A lot of the uniforms of the Marines, they didn't really sew on anything like ranks or anything like unit data. It was just sort of one set of almost like pajama overalls kind of thing, and then they would use pretty much what looks like marker pen to write the data on there, and that would be their ranks, that would be their unit as well, potentially their names. So yeah, very basic kind of level of showing that, which is really cool in itself, to be honest. Little detail.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so flamethrowers wise, there's always question marks over performance with regard to flamethrowers. We have got a working mechanic in the engine at the moment. It won't be in this patch. It still needs further testing. It needs further work, and obviously you need to make the weapons as well. But the mechanic has been tested or started to be tested. So flamethrowers are something that we want to bring in the future. And if we can bring in flamethrowers, then the next thing I'm going to challenge the team with is going to be flamethrower tanks, which would be insane.
Yes.
Because I don't think any other game's done that. So that would be absolutely insane if we could pull something like that off.
God, the amount of tech stuff that I've had to figure out on the fly is just... Oh, I'm sorry.
Just shows off more of the US kit. It's nice.
Yeah. Console people, I'm sorry. I know. You can't play Squad 44 on console. Unfortunately.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. But